It's Tuesday, October 24th. I started TMS treatments 4 weeks ago now. Update, PHQ-9 scores are continuously going down, and just noting overall improvements in energy, motivation, all that kind of stuff. Sleeping better, generally speaking. Still a lag in some areas, but overall doing better. Also, a positive note is there's always the thought in the back of my mind that I've been a creative person, that I know it's irrational, but that if the depression went away or lifted, that I would also lose part of my creativity. I don't know why I necessarily associated it with that. I think maybe part of it is that I see the world differently. I feel differently, different levels of empathy than normal people. Again, whatever normal means. But that appears to not be an issue. I've been very productive and creative, been able to write a lot. And not only been able to write, but also had more energy and more passion to do it as well. So that's a really encouraging sign for me. Also been still very philosophical. The deep thinking part of me hasn't gone away, but maybe the deep thinking dark part of it has. But have done a lot of reading recently and watched a documentary on minimalism and reading some articles and an in-depth interview with Aaron Rodgers, the Packers Super Bowl winning quarterback, and kind of putting it all together with, this day and age we equate success with achieving awards or fame or wealth or stuff. And just seeing some of these really, really successful people come to a point where they realize, is this it? Is this all I'm living for? This isn't what I thought it would be at all. It reminds me of a Jim Carrey quote that they mentioned in that minimalism documentary, where he said something like, I wish everyone could be rich and famous so they could realize that it's not everything. And just learning to find that contentment within yourself. If what you're living for is accolades and all these external factors to validate yourself, but you are unable to have any self-fulfillment, then inevitably, no matter what you gain, you will always feel empty. As a follower of Jesus, part of that is just that wholeness you find in having a spiritual side of yourself. Maybe for some people that's kind of freaks them out or scares them, but just being able to have contentment and inner peace, and realizing that that perspective of life. Working in home health, I've honestly never met anyone ever in their late 80s, 90s who looks back and regret that they didn't work more, that they didn't spend more time at the office, that they didn't achieve X, Y, and Z. Most of every regret I've ever heard is, I wish I would have spent more time on things that mattered with my family, things that you can't get back. Instead of searching for affirmation, whether professionally or whatever. And that's been true for myself as well. I've had some levels of professional success that just weren't really fulfilling, like the personal levels. Just being able to put all that in perspective. So I'll cut this video short before it gets too long, but that's where I'm at today, what I'm thinking. this week on is just what is success for me as far as this treatment goes, and life, and kind of looking down the road at the big picture, what I want from life and what I want to do with my life. I hope if you're watching this, you're doing well, and if you're not doing well, that you take a bold step and get some help. Seek out a counselor, seek out a psychiatrist. Just be willing to tackle the hard questions now before they fester into something more serious later. Have a great day.